I'm going to share with you today a great tool by AMZScout called the AI Review Analyzer, and it makes reviewing your product review super easy on Amazon. And I've got a product up here that we'll go through in the call. But first of all, I just want to talk about reviews in general. On Amazon, probably one of the biggest complaints I hear is A, I'm not ranking, or B, my review score. Look, if you're looking at review scores on Amazon, generally it's a reflection of your product quality. There are some exceptions when you get attacks from competitors, but that's pretty rare and only in certain industries, generally in niches, I should say. But your review score on Amazon is pretty much a good reflection on Amazon of your product quality and what people think. Once you get over about 100 reviews, you can't fake the score. I'll go through this one today that has over 7,000 reviews and a score of 4.7. This was actually a product that we had years ago before someone else transitioned and took ownership of the product, a new buyer. So look, product reviews, super important. I've made some other videos about the review count, so how many actual reviews you need to have social proof. And there's some key numbers like the 10th review, the 50th, 100th, 500th, 1,000 and 5,000. They're sort of like the key pillars you go through. Then the second one is the review rating, which is this one here. So this video today is about the review rating. This one here is the number of reviews. So I made other videos about how to increase your number of reviews, but today it's all about the rating. So on Amazon, super important, your review score, so the review rating. Once you're under 4 major issues, conversions absolutely drop off. That's the first thing to note. Also, if you're under 4, you've probably got a material issue with your product listing. Either it's not performing well when people receive it, or the expectations of what's in the listing and what they receive is not aligned. The goal is always to aim for above 4.5. We had 4.7, which is fantastic. If you're above 4.5, it means people love your product. People won't question it too much. It also means when you're at 4.7, you can actually have a higher price point because people know it's a premium one. The sweet spot is between 4 to 4.5. Generally 4.3 to 4.5 is where you're at, but if you get 4.5, you get that 4.5. It's super important. But what I want to do today is actually go through the AI review tool that AMZScout's brought up. So the way you get it, looking at AMZScout, go to AI Review Analyzer, and you hit Analyze ASIN. I've just done this one here, so it's pre-populated. The reason this is fantastic, there's 2 reasons. If you've got an existing product, so if you've got an existing product, I'd recommend doing this on a quarterly basis. Go through, use this tool, find out what your issues are, what people like, those 2 steps. In the past, you used to go through all the 2 and 3 star reviews, look at your 5, had to do it all manually. This is all done for you. The reason I say this do quarterly is because this will bring up A, improvement opportunities, but also B, if you've had an issue recently with one of your production runs, the more recent ones will show this. Secondly, if you want to launch a product, this is also really good. What you want to do if you launch a product is make sure what people like the most is that your product at a minimum has those benefits. And what the issues are with other products, that your product doesn't have that. So if you're launching a product, that's the other reason. So 2 use cases, existing seller, use this on a quarterly basis to find out what's good with your product and any potential issues that have popped up. If you're a new seller, look at this to find out at a minimum what benefits you need to include and what quality control issues you need to make sure you overcome. So you go through here, hit AI Review Analyzer, put in your ASIN, and this is what it comes up. So it looks at the things such as your suggestion to improve, the key insights, the pros and the cons. So, and why people love this as well, and what the features people like. So if you go through this one here, the pros is that models. So this is like this one here is I go up here. So this is where I like to start first. Suggestion improvements. So improve the box design, fix lid issues to prevent disorganization of pieces. So the first thing I'd go through here is say, okay, look, there's something wrong with the lid. These little pieces up the top here, you can see this product up here. These pieces are falling out of each of those little compartments in here. So there's obviously, and this here is the majority of this here is the majority. So 40% of all the improvement ideas, you got to fix up the lid. So there's only one thing you did was fix up the lid. Half the issues with improvements will be taken care of. So that's the first thing. That's a supply one. So this has got nothing to do with the Amazon listing. This is going back to your supplier saying, look, we've got this issue with the lid. Looks like the pieces are coming out and they're going to other sections. How do we improve that? The second one is add more carbon and hydrogen atoms. So realistically, doing these 2 things, and these are both supply ones, 70% of the improvements are done. That's if it was myself, doing these 2, that's 70% of the work. I'll just focus on those two. So basically what it's saying is all these different colors, these are like different ones. Some are carbon pieces, some are, I forget the other names of them, hydrogen pieces. If you just fix up that, so add some more carbon and hydrogen, again, that's with the supplier, 70% done. So I'll just do those two things. I'll go back to the supplier and say, look, fix this at one time, fix this as well. This is super easy one to fix. All it is putting more pieces in the box. This one is, okay, what's wrong with this lid? How can we fix it? So that one there is a bit more effort because you may have to do the mold. This one is super easy. So if you wanted a super quick win, next purchase order, just increase that amount there and 30% of your suggestions done. So that's a super quick win there. There's some other ones here about variety, but these ones are so small I wouldn't bother looking at that one. So that's super important. If you're looking at bringing out this product, you want to make sure that the pieces fit together. So this is just obvious one. You probably want to improve the design as well to make sure you get that sorted out, because that seems to be a common issue, is the box design. And the thing, if you're looking at bringing out this product, one thing you want to look at here is the visual aids. So it looks like people do like the visual aids, and I learned this because we actually developed this product. One thing we did years ago with this, we did some really good branding, really good packaging on the outside, and we actually put a lot of time into the learning aid that came with it. No one else was doing that. We actually bought some of the competitors' products and they were copying our ones word for word. So a little pro tip, always copyright your material so then you can get people to stop using it. If you have something really good on your Amazon listing, people always buy your product and they'll copy it. So just do that little copyright. But this one here, this is something that we definitely worked on. So the other one is going through here is in terms of the cons. These are similar to the improvement opportunities. Often the cons are the reverse of the improvement opportunities. But again, it's about the design, limited atoms, and there's some additional ones there, but they're sort of lower down. And if you go down here in terms of these ones here, these are some like why people buy these. This here can help thinking about what else can I do to my product. So people like the hands-on experience for interactive learning. They see it as an educational tool and a learning aid. So if you think of all this stuff, people own this around learning and education. So you may want to think this, and I looked at the AMZScout product improvement idea, and one of them was to build an app for this. So people get the product and they can build an app or maybe some basic VR. That'll be the next level you'd want to go to. Amazon's changed so much since COVID days when there's been an influx of sellers that you just can't put a product on Amazon. You have to do these extra value adds that stand out. So years ago, the value add was doing the branding, the packaging, a really good user guide. If I was these guys now, I'd actually go and spend the money on an app. You get them done pretty cheap now and build that out. If you're also looking at going into this market, you want to make sure these things are all taken care of. So color-coded atoms, yes, that's already done because they're all color-coded. Instructional guide, so you need a structural guide. You need the carry case to be sturdy when you're testing it. And you want to include a bond removal tool. I don't think these were included first. These are some feedback that we include at the start. So I just want to go through this and share with you the AMZScout AI Review Analyzer tool. The reason being, the old days, you had to go through, review them all individually, or there used to be keyword clusters and phrases. Now the AI is actually amazing. So I'll go through this. So guys, just remember the use case for this. If there's an existing product, quarterly basis, go through this, find out if there's any major issues coming up that people don't like or improvement opportunities. Once you do it once, it's unlikely you're going to have to do it quarterly, but it's just good practice. The reason I say it's good practice, in case you have a purchase order and there's an issue. The reason I say that, we actually had that once. We changed the supplier of one of our products. I think it's going to save 20%. I thought, wow, that's a huge amount saving on our COGS. What happened? We didn't do the QA. They used a different type of rail for the product. It ruined the application, ruined these cars where the product was being used. Separate product. I just did a massive removal order, got rid of them all because it's the first time we had bad reviews coming in, and bad reviews kill your product. So that's why this can be helpful, but you'll probably notice that pretty quick if you're getting the bad reviews. The other one is if you're launching products, you got to go through here, find out what are the musts. So the must for this is the user guide has to be really helpful and usable. So that's what the minimum benefit is. And the ways to improve it is to also make sure the box design is better. So this is about the lid. The other great thing about this is these were super simple. Like if you just did this one here on your next PO, 30% of improvement ideas could just be done with a simple PO. So you go to your supplier and say, hey, just add in, I don't know, half a dozen more, go through your review, see exactly what it is in detail, add them in, and that's taken care of. This one here, this would probably need to be bold. So probably not the next PO, but probably the second one you could do it. So guys, just want to share this one. This is an awesome tool. AI is here on Amazon in terms of the tools you need to be able to use it. I'd highly recommend this one. It's a fantastic product. We use AMZScout all the time, and this is one of the fantastic products they just released recently. My name's Peter. We run the agency of Atomic AMZ. We help brands grow and scale on Amazon. If you need any help or questions, just DM me or visit atomicamz.com. I'd love to help grow your business on Amazon.